Hi guys, it's Marissa. I was just checking in to tell you some interesting facts about the periodic table. First off, you should know that the periodic table is divided up into many different families. You have your alkalines, alkaline earth, transition metals, nonmetals, metalloids, halogens, noble gases. You also have your lanthanoids and actinoids. Some more facts you should know about the periodic table is that the periodic table follows many different trends. One of these trends is electron negativity. Electron negativity is a measure of the tendency of an atom to attract a bonding pair of electrons. The Pauling scale is used to measure this trend. It goes from 0 to 4, 0 being the weakest and 4 being the strongest. Electron negativity increases from left to right and from bottom to top across the periodic table. Another trend in the periodic table that increases from left to right and from bottom to top is ionization energy. Ionization energy is the measure of the difficulty of removing one electron or the strength by which an electron is bound. The higher the ionization energy, the more difficult it is to remove an electron. Therefore, ionization energy is an indicator of reactivity. Two other trends on the periodic table are ionic radius and atomic radius. Ionic radius is the radius of an atom when it has gone through ionization, therefore it has a positive or negative charge. This also increases from left to right and from bottom to top. Atomic radius defies this rule. Instead of increasing from left to right and from bottom to top, it increases from right to left and from top to bottom. And this is because atomic radius is the radius of an atom when it is not charged. Therefore, because the more electrons you have on the outside, the tighter they are crunched together because of the pull from the protons and the positively charged center, the nucleus of an atom. Therefore, when you have less atoms on the outside of your atom, the radius is larger. Some other things you should know about the periodic table and its history have to do with Dalton's postulates. The first of Dalton's postulates is that elements are composed of many discrete invisible particles called atoms. 2. Atoms of the same element are identical and atoms from different elements are different. 3. Compounds are composed of atoms from more than one element. In any compound, the combination of atoms is a fixed ratio of small whole numbers. 4. A chemical reaction involves the separation, combination, or rearrangement of atoms. It does not result in the destruction or creation of new atoms. Also, J.J. Thomson discovered the electron through the use of cathodes and came up with the plum pudding model, which is that the atom is a positively charged sphere with electrons which are negatively charged floating around in it. Then his student Rutherford discovered the positively charged nucleus through his experiments with a thin piece of gold film. Bohr discovered electron shells. He also discovered that when electrons jump around in the shells, when they fall back down to the lowest energy level, they emit light, which is part of the electromagnetic spectrum, which is the entire range of electromagnetic radiation. At one end of the spectrum are the gamma rays, which have the shortest wavelengths and high frequencies. At the other end are radio waves, which have the longest wavelength and the lowest frequencies. Visible light is near the center of the spectrum. Also, when dealing with waves, energy equals frequency times wavelength. The speed of light always equals 3 times 10 to the 8th power. So, in any given light wave, wavelength times frequency equals 3 times 10 to the 8th. That's all I'd like to share for now. See you next time.